Hey, I'm going to show you how easy it is to plan your services using Congregation Hub. So let's go ahead and log in. When you log in, you're going to want to go to the calendar module here. So we're going to click on the calendar section. And you can see over here, there's three things. There's calendar, there's attendance, and there's service planning. All these things kind of go together naturally. The first thing we actually need to do is under attendance, not service planning. And that is we need to set up some service types, okay? So I've already set up service types for our church here. I've got a Sunday morning, Sunday evening, and Wednesday evening. And these are the only three service types that I would actually care about setting up service planning for. But one thing you got to do when you set this up, or if you've already set this up, you need to edit it, is you need to make sure that this service planning box is checked. It's not going to work if you don't do that. Okay. So for all of the service types you want to use, you want to make sure that it's set up and that there's service planning checked. We'll cancel this. Once that's done, we're going to go to our next step, which is to choose a hymn book. So underneath service planning, there's hymn books. Right now, I've only got these two hymn books available, but I have an easy way to add hymn book information. So if there's a hymn book that you want to use, send me a message however you can. Use the ticket system, send it on X, send it on Facebook, text me if you have my number, and I will add your hymn book. Just let me know what hymn book it is, what year it is, and I can get that in here. But you'll find your hymn book on the list. You'll pick your hymn book. All right. Next thing you got to do is set up worker types. Now, you can see here, these are the worker types that I have for our church: nursery workers, ushers, pianist, greeters, sound booth. Maybe your church has other ones that you want to add. You can just set them up here. You can always add more later. All right. So we're setting up our service types. We choose our hymn book. We create worker types. The next thing we need to do is we need to set up templates. I am going to create a template for our Sunday morning service. All right. Sunday morning. And we're going to just choose the Sunday morning service type. And we're going to say typical Sunday morning as the description. And then we got to choose what kind of worker types we need. So typically in our church, we need 2 nursery workers. We need a pianist. We have 2 people that work in the sound booth. We have 2 people that act as ushers and 1 person that acts as a greeter on a Sunday morning service. So we're going to click create template there. And then here, I'm going to click the view button and we're going to build out this template. Okay. So what are the elements in a typical service? Well, in our church, we start with announcements. So we're just going to put announcements. And this takes maybe 5 minutes. So we'll add that. And then after announcements, we have an opening hymn. So with congregational song, we'll put opening hymn. And this might take, let's say, 3 minutes. And then we have an opening prayer. So we'll do prayer. And then we do usually a choir number. So we'll say choir. And this might take 5 minutes. And then we do scripture reading. So we do responsive reading. And this takes 5 minutes. And then, sorry if this is boring you, another congregational song. So just put hymn. 3 minutes. And then we do our offering. Three minutes. And then we do another hymn. Congregational song. Hymn. We'll say 3 minutes. And then we typically have a special. So 5 minutes. And then we have a sermon, preaching, let's put the sermon. And let's be honest, this is probably 45 minutes. And then we have closing song and closing prayer. So we'll say song of invitation. Five minutes. And then closing prayer. Let's say 3 minutes. All right. So here it's telling me there's 12 elements in this service. They're all public. 88 minutes is how long this service typically will take. Okay, so an hour, a little more than an hour and 15 minutes. All right, so we have our template set up. So the last thing that we would do, and this is all stuff this, you basically do all this stuff once, right? The last thing you would do is actually plan out your service. So let's go ahead and click on Plan Services and click Plan Your First Service. And we're going to do Sunday morning. And we'll choose the date, which is next Sunday. And the time, our service is at 10:30 a.m. We're going to choose our Sunday morning template. And we will create a sermon for this one. I'm just going to put Luke 17. Speaker, me, series, Son of Man, create service. All right. Now we are on this actual page where the service work is done. And I want to just kind of walk through this. So we have our order of service over here, and we have our worker assignments here. So if I wanted to add people, I could click add nursery workers, and we could say Amanda Hayden. Let's say Amanda Hayden, and we can add her. And let's say, I don't know. All right, so we've added all of these people, and look, we have a scheduling conflict. Amanda Hayden is assigned in multiple places. She can't be in the nursery and the sound booth at the same time. So that's awesome. Let's remove her from the nursery and add another person. We'll say the Hayden and I don't know. Misty Short. All right. So we have all of these different things added. And then we're going to go through here and announcements. We can just click on this to put who is the person doing the announcements. So this is Adam. We can add any notes there. Save that. Opening hymn. This is really cool. So we can actually search our hymns. So let's say I want to sing Rejoice, the Lord is King. And you can see it's got the number there from our hymn book. Who's going to be the song leader? Let's say Ken Hedrick. Okay. Notes. Nothing. All right. Save. Opening prayer. Who's going to do that? Well, let's say we'll assign Brother Ken to that. Save. And you can see how this works. Now let me kind of quickly go through here and do the rest of these. Responsive reading. All right, so I've gone through and I've added all of these people. So the last step is to publish the service. I can also click this view order of service to kind of preview this. I think this is kind of cool. I can print it. And this is ready for me to print on my copy machine right here. Print it up two up there. I can publish it and that will send out the invites to all of the people that are in the order of service. So that's how you plan services using Congregation Hub.